Selfishness. Selfishness is typically a term you hear with regard to ethics as something you should hate. Something you should not. I mean, I don't know how you guys, I know how my mother taught me, always think of others first. Think of yourself last. The essence of morality, almost everybody teaches, from religion to philosophers, people others, is to be selfless, self-sacrificial, self-denial. The essence of morality, as we have been taught for 2,000 years, is the idea of selflessness. It's the idea of sacrificing for others. It's the idea that other is the focal point, is the purpose, the whole orientation of the of it. That's, again, going back to a religion. All the religions, that's what he married. Which one? Christianity, particular, right? Focuses on sacrifice for the other. And the other could be your neighbor. The other could be God. The other could be state. The other could be politician. The other could be a race. The other could be pick and choose, right? Patterns of particular ideology that is being taught. And morality is always about not you, about self-denial, about focus on the other. And I think one of Ayn Rand's great innovations is to ask the simple question: why? Why is that word morality spelled? And remember, morality is a guide to life. It is a system of value. Statements should and shouldn't do. What is right and what is moral, what is good and what is evil. And after Besser, morality says good equals sacrifice equals other people giving to the other. Evil equals being self-interest. Kill your like yourself, being self-interest. That's it. And when it says, what? By what standard? Who decided that is a morality? The right morality, the morality that guide our lives. And typically, there's really no answer to that question of all, unless it's an authority tools. The authority might be God. The authority might be society, what that is. The authority might be, right, today if you take an ethics class, I can't get in university today, they'll talk about intuitions. You might be an intuition, tell mother. So somehow ingrained in you that morality is about you. But there's no logical, rational reason provided. There's no argument about why it's good, why my life is less important than yours, why my happiness is less important than your happiness, why my God is less important than your God's. Why? And Rand says something is corrupt, something is wrong. What we really need to do is rethink what morality is for. What purpose does this feel? So, what do we need? Why do we need morality? Why do we need a guide to tell us what is good or what is bad? What purpose is that so? So she starts at the foundation. She has a very useful question, right? Values that make you why nay, right? Things you strive to get. Why shouldn't you strive to get and stars? What a value is for. And here she goes to the Vegas. She says, look, all living beings, including human beings, basically are fundamental to. You can live, Oh, you can? Ah, rocks don't have that. It's just off. It's living beings, life or death, and every other living being except human beings. What do they know? They know how to live. It's coded into their DNA. A plant doesn't have to ponder. Oh, I wonder where I get water. It seeks out water. Its roots just go into the well, look for water. It knows. To the extent that it knows it. The water supply, water cheap by kicking into the ground. It knows how to find light because it knows it's programmed. Seek out light because light is required for a life. But every living being seeks light. Even more advanced beings, dogs, cats, lions, they're essentially in a program. How they going to survive. And if human beings don't have. We don't know what other beings survive. How to live. What values to pursue. In a sense, what's with us. What leads to life and what leads to death. We have to discover the values that lead to us. We have to discover the values that lead to death. And we need a science of discovery. We need a mechanism by which we discover what is good for us and what is bad for us, what would lead to our success and what would lead to our failure. Because it's not what it is. We have the ability to choose. I fought a one of you battle in the middle of the Amazon desert. There's Amazon jungle. You don't instinctually know how to survive. But many of you will survive. Not all of you come to. But many of you will survive. By doing what? By figuring out what's good for you and what's bad for you. What food is edible? It's not. What animals are poisonous? What? You'd have to figure it out. So for man, morality, the field that happens, the science of it, is really about figuring out what values, what principles, what crucial values will lead us towards success in life. And what crucial important values lead us towards failure, that is, which ones lead us towards life, and which ones lead us towards death. Not automatic, not pre-programmed, and you have to discover those values. And morality is the field that provides you with guidance how to do that. Morality is the field that gives you the principles of what is good for you and what is not good for you as a human being. Because you need guidance, because we had to discover everything from the beginning. It's a lot of work, a lot of wasting time. So morality is not something that's dictated to us or about. It's not something that should guided to us by our counterfeits. It's something that we have to discover in order to figure out how to choose life, if we choose life. Morality doesn't really apply if you choose death. You don't need guidance in order to die. That's pretty simple. Paul Bill and plenty of Bill least in the clear. We'll need bad jobless bridge. Which is always. But to live, you need guidance. You need to figure out how. It's not our audience. Because we don't have the program. We don't have the. So how do we what is that? What guidance would you provide that Ayn Rand ethics provides us into society? So what's the principle by your picture? So if you look around the room, I think this audience is like most audiences. You are pretty pathetic. You're weird. You're slow. You have no claws. You have no face. Right? You try running out there and running down a eaten in your what's it called? Fast wild animal. Like, what's that? A bull. Okay, yeah. Sorry, buddy, got a bull. A wild bull. And they catch it, bite into it. Try eat. You know, we don't go that. There's not biological for that. We can't. It's you versus saber-tooth tiger. You know the saber-tooth tigers? Who's gonna win? You against saber-tooth tiger. 1-on-1. Who's gonna win? You say tiger, right? You best. But last time I saw saber-tooth tiger was in New Zealand, and you all here. So I guess human beings won. Saber-tooth tiger lots. How did that? Like when we get pathetic. So what does it make it possible for us to beat the saber-tooth tiger? To catch the boar and eat him, and to industrialize productions, and now we have pigs. They're basically boars of old, and now we can eat them as many as we want. How do we do that? What makes that possible? What human capacity makes all that possible? Planning the future, which is an aspect of reason, of your ability to think. So if we have a survival mechanism, we have a mechanism by which we survive as a species. It's not this before us. It's not speed. It's not anything like that. It is our capacity to think, to reason, to figure out how do we catch the bull while we invent weapons. And it takes real genius to get the weapon. I mean, now it seems like any oil could do that, right? But that's the people talk. Sully had a met. And if we want to eat, we invented agriculture. But 10,000 years ago, not that long, we invented agriculture. Sully, some geniuses, had to figure out the relationship between seed dropping into the ground, wire they bored over it, and something growing out of that, and see the causal relationship between all of those. And again, today it's trivial, because we all know that, but nobody knew 10,000 years ago until somebody did. We probably heard that somebody at the state. Fulfilling knowledge is that up to you, knowledge. And then you had to have an entrepreneur, right? Who said, I'll take this new piece of knowledge and I'll turn it into an industry. We'll call it, I don't know, agriculture. For every step in human advance, in human success, require major acts of thinking, of reason, of using your mind. For what purpose? For the purpose of individual survival, individual life. So for where the purpose of morality is your life, it's the success of your life. It's the picking and choosing and discovering the values that are necessary for you to achieve your life. And then how do we relate to other people? We use them people skill for that. That's what selfishness is, right? But what is it? What would you do with other people? How's the best way in which we deal with other people? By trading. Why is trade so valuable? Like if I beat somebody up, take his stuff. He lost, I won, I def. That it's a zero-sum world, right? Nothing really was created. But when you trade, what happens? You both creating down. It's a pretty amazing deal, right? I buy an iPhone for $1,000. Why? You see, that's the door. Why have I that? You think you would enough for my lectures to do the answer. Why do I buy that book? Because it has more value. It has more value to me, not to you, but to me, than $1,000. So I'm happy to give up the cash, $1,000, and receive one of these. Now, I could probably get a 2-hour lecture. How much is it worth to me? I know that 2-hour lecture because it's an amazing tool.
And I'm glad a few people in this room will remember, like, before we had this tool. So I value even more because of that. But this is what a lot of money, much more than $1,000. I mean, think about what is the value to you? Now, you guys might yell for this, but what is the value to me of being able to meet my kids a midnight story anywhere in the world where it's being at a marginal cost of, what's the marginal cost? Zero. Literally zero. How much you gotta use that $1,000 sheet? I could do that as a trap, right? And that's one little piece of this. I mean, not having to have whatever big paper maps, but you do have to either know where they are. Then believe me, navigating Lisbon, paper map, while driving, and not killing anybody was a major achievement, right? Now you'll think twice about going anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Except Israel. It's in Israel. I was in Israel 2 months ago. And every time I open my GPS, Ethiopia was in a land zone. If they were scrambling the GPSs, it just go back to Cape Nash. Because they scrambled GPS and put you in that. But, you get to appreciate it when you don't have, which was case of soup. So, reason is a way in which you're being survived. It's the premier value we should all aspire to, using our minds. And the purpose of reasoning, the purpose of using our mind is to achieve light. But light, what kind of life, right? We're human beings. We're conceptual beings. We're thinking beings. We're reasoning. So achieving light as a reasoning being, as a conceptual being, we keep that in mind with all the values that it living a flourishing, successful life. That's ultimately what Rand means by selfishness. And a morality of selfishness is a morality that articulates the principles by which one should live such a life. Starting with what would be number one, which is talked about. Starting with respect for reason, recognition that reason is your base means of survival, and living by it and applying it to everything in your life. Now, does that mean hell with emotions? To be a robot. You guys don't stop there. Spot, no spot, they suck. No loser. Is that what it means? No, of course not. Right? That emotions, because emotions are how we experience. Without emotion, like enough fun. The emotion what make it fun? How you literally feel it. You feel alive through your emotion. But emotions are not tools of cognition. Emotions don't help you survive feelings, and they don't help you survive your job. They probably don't help you score an A like a test. They don't. They don't. They do the opposite. They cause you not to score an A test if you get too excited, get too nervous, or you, because your emotions lead you to go drinking the night before instead of studying for the test. So they were an obstacle for game. Now, is the positive of the it can help you achieve cognition. What they can do is motivate you to achieve cognition. So they are motivated. That's what I said. Live them. So to the extent that they are positive, the extent that they're motivated, the extent that they're aligned with your thinking, with your research, they will motivate you to study, right? But they're not choosing cognition themselves. They're motivated that or destructive factors. Depends on your emotional health and your emotional persistence. So reason is the way in which to be selfish manifests. It's to be rational. To be rational in your life. What else? What is with being rational or plot. Like, what do we typically think about in terms of being self? Well, what does a culture believe selfishness is? That I only care about myself. Yeah, but there's a sense in which that's exactly what it means, right? I only care about myself. Just because I only care about myself, I kind of care about you guys. But not because I care about you guys and wanting me, but there's a context, a real context in my life where communicating with you guys is of value to me. Right? You guys. I care about my wife because she's my wife. I don't care about your wife quite much. So it is, in a sense, care about yourself. But care about yourself, not what is the sense it was dating. Care about yourself at, if you look at the dictionary, what does it say? At the expense of others. And that at the expense of others comes from where? There's nothing, we've described that from now, which is at the expense of others, but the contrary. What's the best way to interact with other people? It's to break. It's a win-win relationship. It's through values exchange. And win-win relationships, trade doesn't just mean money. Win-win relationship trade can apply to spiritual values as much as they do to physical values, to material values. It's about making each other better at it, making yourself better. What else? What else is implied by the Turks officers? Yeah, look it up in the literature. What kind of
stereotypes, patience of all these posture action and not state of others' lives.
All right. So not cherry, but patient to show actions on others' lives. So, but that sounds pretty sophisticated for what they mean. What do they actually mean? What's that? So you don't care about doing vodka. Stop it.
Not mention has deliberately to each others or further others.
So not caring about doing deliberate harm to others. So let's think about how we use it with a long time this way. We can steal for, right? We could steal brothers. And most of the culture would say that's something. And that doesn't seem moral. That doesn't seem right when we talk about trade. So why is stealing not selfish? Or is it so? It's not rational. Now, why is it irrational? Why is it irrational to steal?
Because it harms you during the era. It harms you in any ways, but they're not going to trade that person.
You know, you're saying that if a steward he's not going to treat with me, I'm lost that relationship. What else?
But it's a size where stealing is a norm.
Yeah,
If you're not the
because I'll steal from you. So you live in a society which gives the norm, and you're manifesting that norm by stealing, then people get steal from you, and you can suffer as a consequence. What else? What's this? What it tells about you to you. So yes. So if you steal, what do we say about yourself? To yourself. What are you admitting to say by stealing? I can't create value. I have to take value somebody else. What does that do to your self-assessment, your self-evaluation? It's negative, right? I can't do it. I'm not successful in living. I can't achieve the values necessary for me to survive. And as such, that completely undermines your own self-esteem. It undermines your self-confidence. It undermines your ability to go out into the world and active pursue values in the world. So it's undermining of your own efforts, your own abilities. So psychologically, it's hard. And then, of course, in the world in which we live, and in any civilized culture, not only does it legitimize stealing, but if the culture doesn't legitimize stealing, you go to jail. So there's a physical impact on you. So it's psychologically awful. It's disastrous for your relationships. It's undermining of, and ultimately, you probably go to jail and suffer real physical harm as a cause. Lying. What about lying? So again, these are kind of ideas that, people associate with being self. Is selfish a lot? Other people. What's that? Like, in your way, sure. So I can pick off a lie at the giveaway. Should I do it? Is it so? Yeah. It's just like, it's right. Yeah, if you see that way, but praise trucks. So other people will trust you again. You can lie once. If you're not paid twice, maybe 3 times. Not a lot more than that, right? Try that at business. Probably once is enough, and they will deal with you again. If you don't believe, take your best friend. Spend like 24 hours like that. See how that goes. Yeah, when he laughs. It's not big. Not helpful. Oh, that relationship, the tree relationship we like to have. Like, what else? Any other harm that it does? But lying might do to you. I'm not talking about other people. Like to you. We're selfish.
Say like, when you eat that like best but for lunch is like piece of cake. Well, for yourself.
To lie to get biggest means okay. No, I'm just talking about lying. We'll get you into other forms of it. I mean,
it's sort of also proves out yourself that you are capable of really value. But
yeah, it tells something about yourself, about being capable of getting a value. You have to cheat your way out of it. Faith. It's anti-reason again. It's anti. Now, one tool. We have a tool to survive. We have a tool to fight. Reason, and we're under one.
Like this officer's pro, fixing the pro.
And it's not just like you dealing with whatever the situation is, that a lie to get around it. Altering real. It's altering realities, altering your own reality. So one of the things reason requires is facts, right? Reason is dependent on facts. So when you trick somebody who doesn't know you, you'll never see Gary. You could say something what breaks you off from somebody. Doesn't know me. If I kill somebody who doesn't know me and I've never skilled it, well, you killed him. You'll live. She was, yeah. What is fair about yourself? So there's a question of psychological damage to investigate yourself. Again, that doesn't depend upon any kind of being, right? Any kind of repetition of the thing. There's another, psychological aspect of this. That is, once you start dealing in lies, once you start dealing in deception, you have to start creating a segment of your mind that is now dedicated to those lies and deception. So I, for example, have reached an age. I don't know if people here can sympathize with this. I've reached a age where I can barely remember what I did last week. I kind of have a vague recollection of what happened last week and what it was. Now, if I lie, I have to remember more than just what I did last. I have to remember the lie as well. So instead of remembering one thing, I remember 2 things. And that's hard. A lot of mental edit. That's going to. But it's hard to. It's actually a lot more than. I have to remember the lie. I have to remember the truth. I have to remember who I told the lie to, who I told the truth to. Can't get all mixed up. So there may be trouble pretty good. So lying requires massive. It's how much in it. Massive effort, which is diverted from being done. Figuring out a big way like that. Figuring out the best way that I can live. And you almost always get caught. Because of mental energy it requires, you almost always fail at, even if it's a seemingly hopeful situation. And again, just try it on them. And you'll discover it pure it's always old present value. But there's a story that I always heard about. The guy used to come home from work. He used to, on the way back from work, he used to go with his buddy drinking and come home very late. And his wife would ask him for white, I will late. And he said, you would say, I stay home late. I stay late. Oh, my boss required me to do it. And I gave this example once a seminar was doing. And I told the story. I said, look, now he has to remember which friends we went drinking with it. That's the truth. Which friends, and his wife, that's the ma. He has to upper for the boss. He has to do all these things. And somebody raised his hand up in the audience. He said, no, this actually happened, he says to me. A buddy of mine did that a couple of times. And his wife that called the boss and complained why he was keeping it all the time so frequently. The boss said, you never do. Didn't work out right in his relationship. Mine is just a self-destructive strategy, just like steel. So it turns out that a lot of things that people label as self are incredibly self-destructive. And if we think about what selfishness really is, it's reason. It's to be rational. And therefore to be honest. Honest not because we have a duty, not because that you had commanded us to be honest, but because consistent with being rational, it's consistent with going with facts, it's consistent with the trader relationship with other people. It means having a trader relationship with other people, win-win relationships. And it means, having other aspects. It means apply reason and rationality, every aspect of your life. So Rare's vision is for people to be guided by a morality of selfishness. Its values focused on your own happiness and your own success and your own flourishing. And you're living the best life. And doing so requires you to be best. So not only is what the question was posed that it is flyer, can selfishness be moral? But what was the purpose of morality other than to guide both lives? For it, selfishness is morality. That is, you should be the beneficiary of the road out. It's your life. That is the purpose that we have a field of morality to guide your life, to achieve your happiness. So a morality of selfishness is the appropriate morality for human beings. Maybe ants can be, self-sacrificial. But human beings, to survive, we need to think for ourselves. We need to value ourselves. You need to pursue the values that we choose, because only we can tell what's going to be our success and our happiness. And none of the things the opponents of selfishness accuse accuse the morality of selfishness of actually make any sense. They're just smears. They're smears in order to protect a morality that is vapor, the morality of altruism, the morality of others, and morality of self-sacrifice, which is basically a bank on morality. And in order to protect itself, in order to cover for itself, it has to make the argument that makes the own adoption out. So think about how it's structured today. We have altruism, that's good. Mother Teresa, right? We have selfishness, lying, cheating, stealing, being horrible people. That's the alternative. And that's what presented to us. Those are the only two options. You can either be up lying, stealing, cheating, SOB, or you can be an altruistic Mother Teresa type. And nobody wants to be a lying, cheating, SOB. We all kind of understand that there's something sad about that. But the only moral alternatives presented to us, sacrifice other people. So we accept that. How many of us actually live? Almost nobody. Otherwise, we know the idea of Mother Teresa. But we all know that that's ideal. So what does that happen? What does that do? You live your life, basically kind of pursuing your values, but not admitting it because you've got this raw code of ego that says you really struggles. What emotion do we get? You live one life that you should be living another. With that, with space. Frustration, certainly, but there's another word, stuff with the G. No? Guilt. I mean, this is Portugal, my Catholic country. You guys know guilt? I can have Jewish background, we know guilt, right? A mother specializes in guilt. The sacrifices I made for you. Yes. Right? That's it. She doesn't love me and she didn't do it because she wanted to. She sacrificed. She gave up a high to get nothing in the because guilt. So we set up a rally and nobody can live by. And then everybody feels guilty. So we have some of those successful people in our society who achieve great things. They're not allowed to be proud of it. They're not allowed to embrace that. They're not allowed to be happy with that. They feel guilty for that. Because they should have gone to Africa, India, Mother Teresa. That would be the real law way. I mean, even my mother was filthy thinking of black. She didn't mean it. No mother does. She wants you to succeed. But she can't say it because then she sucks up. So we live in a culture where most people kind of, sort of, a little bit live by their own values somewhat, and then they feel guilty of it. We live in a culture filled with schizophrenia, like you do stuff, we know it's not great, so feel guilty about it, frustrated, but they elected being we promise to fix the problems, which may choose us of beating, or we give to charity, enough if we believe in the charity, you'll give to charity to reduce that guilt, because we're supposed to sacrifice people. We'll have to kill him. So we live in a society where your particularly successful is heavy. When Ren says these in it, is it up to it? Is it the? Are we on to? Which is a morality. A morality itself. And morality could guide your life towards happiness, or morality is guide your life to be successful. Finesse, long-term rational selfishness, or rational self-interest, rational egoism, all the way to will. But in the end, it's about being truly so. Eliminating all the baggage of lying, cheating, stealing, being a SOB. Focusing on what really matters and what really leads to success. And around like that, when you're successful, you feel guilty? No. The whole purpose of morality is to achieve success. So when you achieve success, you feel fine. You're happy. It's exactly where happiness comes from achieving the values, from being successful. And whatever pursuit you follow it. It's a morality that eliminates unearned guilt. Now, if you do some bad, you'll get. But if you do some good, you should feel good. So, is selfish at all? Absolutely. It's the white morality. It's the only human morality. And you actually embrace guilt-free. Maybe. Ego plus, yes, sir. Acts investigator. But I disagree both and philosophy of this. If we consider God, I consider that each of us is God with a small g. So we're a slicing first. But together with other sentient beings like cat, dog, we are born with capability. So thus we're all interconnected. When I smile at someone, I raise their vibrations. Or I try to my puppy, reduce their vibration. So if I act selfishly, I'm self-calling myself. No, but the whole point of selfishly is that you're not self-calling. And it came, but you are part of a larger group. You are part of you are pretty okay because being selfish does not diminish anybody else. So by me being selfish doesn't diminish you. On the contrary, because being selfish requires us to be traded. Well, if you come down to be put on the tree, cut on tree, you're warming the environment. On a warming environment, there's about one. Okay, Good. So we're getting to the essence. Good. Human beings cannot survive as a species without cutting down trees. What do you? Because they can't. Look, I know biology. But they, and I said we survive. Another replies partially about. So why is he saying us survive? Well, if we can, he might go up the bird. He can't get to the point of building potential airlines without at some point in our development cutting down trees. We cut down trees because this is the difference. We shape our environment to fit our exist building cannot exist without it blowing up a mountain and getting bricks, without cutting down trees and getting wood panels, without taking silicon sands and making silicon chips. Everything human beings do changes the environment. There's not an act that human beings do that does not change their environment. We are an atom that was designed by evolution, which is a part of this big G God, in order to exploit its environment. There's nothing we do that doesn't exploit environment. Orion's saying you die as soon as you start exploiting neighbors. Orion's saying we're developing materials all the time. From where we developed the material by destroying all what's. There's no something come up. So we are that you're probably past the business, but there's more you already got to be with all kind. They got the building that is it's now the all sort. There's a way alternative to pet of that's yeah, where to from where? Where's that where these materials coming from? From the country? Far if you think. No, but we're taking the environment and reshaping it into new material. Yes, well, we're not because I'm not considered negative with the environment. That's not. Because by the very essence of changing the environment, we just suppose that it's really energy. I don't think the sand cares if it's silicone or if it's sand, because I don't think sand cares. But I don't think the tree cares if it's now wood annually or if it's a tree. That is, human beings change the environment. You could argue in your framework that's positive, but it changed the environment. The environment cannot be the same as long as human beings exist. And by the way, we're part of the environment. And the environment shaped us. Evolution shaped us to change the environment. That's exactly what we are. When you do agriculture and grow food, you change the environment. What do we take a stream of your definition of reason? The Nazis reason that the world better off as being just killed off. That's true. That's true. No, I didn't need that. What? Because I thought it when my wife I don't agree that yes. Say the people, my doctors, Nazi, that we ask you don't agree that reason because you've been reserved that yes. What I know, but I've asked. So you've asked the question. You're not letting me answer. I just thought you were. I stopped. You would have told them. No, you were. You know, it's my fault, right? You go up. But no. What's the Nazis are double V's. The Nazis are broken. The Nazis were not thinking beings. They were not reasoning beings. They did not take facts of reality. If they had, they would realize the Jews contributed immensely to the welfare journey and immensely to their own lives. And that killing the Jews was legally self-destructive to German people, to German individuals. The Germans are exactly the type of sacrificial beings that I talked about. They believe in sacrificing others to themselves, and Hitler believed in sacrificing Germans to himself. It's all about sacrifice. It's not about logic, reason. It's a myth created by collectivists that the Nazis beat up, the communists beat it, and they don't reach. They do exactly the opposite reason. They emotion. It's all about emotions. Listen to a Hitler speech. You can find it out. AI will translate for you. Go listen to him speaking. You tell me there's reason in that speech. There's no reason. There's fear. There's emotion. That's what it is. And that's what drives. So, what is that? I'm going to take some other question. It's not reason, it's an emotion. I'm all for emotions. I say it for. Yes.
I would like to know your opinion on my God humor, the intuition. I don't know. So
Intuition is a
yes, because I sense that most people don't actually break and are not gonna be breaking by us being stuff. And I think the approach of humor to avoid doing this like is a imagine non-corporate capitalism with productive is right to know while the was definitely in contradiction to that.
It basically assumes that human beings have the right intuitions, natural, somehow genetic. We know what to do. Now, put aside the fact that all of humans do contradicts that fact. The fact that human beings do horrible things to each other all the time, they do horrible things to themselves all the time. So these intuitions, those are not actually real, they're not actually there. But the reality is that even his Christians don't abide with sex. That is because they're not based on belief. They're based on something that is somehow biologically hard to real. And then now, you don't have intuition. You're not born with moral iteration. Morality ideas. You're not born with ideas. You're born with tendencies. You're born with inclination. You're not born with like morality.
So how do we deal with the type of what we call don't actually read and don't actually care about like philosophy stuff?
Because you don't have to have what people need to care about philosophy. Most people accept the morality that intellectuals teach them. Right? I mean, they accept the morality that the preachers preaching there, that the philosophers, let's say, you had a philosopher a long time ago, he teaches a group of people, they teach another group of people, and then those two people go out and they spread the morality in terms of day-to-day allocation. So it's not like everybody has to be done philosopher, everybody has to be done man in order for new morality to take over. So what you need is the lectures who are teaching people about how to apply these new ideas that they take enough. It's how we evolve it. We all basically kind of collectivists and altruists, even though most of us have not read any collectivist and altruist literature. We've absorbed the collectivist altruist literature through all these intermediary forces that present us. You get preachers, teachers, and our professors. Most of them read the stories. Our stories include, in our stories, there's of all color. So the kind of stories that we look, kind of story we use our network, kind of story we integrate into our lives will determine our spectrum of morality. We will learn about spectrum of morality. So to change the culture's morality, you have to change its stories. You have to change the intellect. You have to change how you interpret events. That culture,
How like charity? So they do charity by selfishness and because like we want like to impress other people that like they're being good. And how that apply with everyone like applies to selfishness, morality, will we still do right and why?
So it's charity selfish in the sense that you do it in order to impress up people, and that's selfish. And if people were really self-interested, like I presented, would they be able to? And first, I'd say impressing other people is not selfish. It's very second-hand. It's placing what other people think of you as more important than what you think of. You're doing things to make other people think of you in a particular way or not, to impress them. That's not being self-interested. Self-interested is in, I'm going to do what's right. And the whole time people, if they look at me and say, cool, good. They look at me and say, but I really like it. Tough. But I'm going to do what's right. So the question is, in charity ever be selfish? Now, in the world that was really hey, charity is rarely selfish. Like, not so much. We do it sometimes to impress other people.
Yeah. Also because other people want to trade. Oh, that business is doing charity, so
Yeah, but that's a corrupt and moral standard, right? So they accept it a corrupt moral standard. And then they do that. If Steve Jobs and Apple, one of the things I loved about Apple and the Steve Jobs is they get no check. $0 charity from Apple. Because Steve Jobs said, if my shareholders want a charity, I'll make them a lot of money. And they can give to whoever they want. Why should I decide what charity to give for that? Right? So try to manipulate the public in order to like me is a big waste of time and a waste of energy. But you could say I did to charity to make myself feel. But then you have to ask the question, why do you feel bad if you don't get to charity? What's causing that? Is that guilt that altruism is instilled in you? So I think most people get to charities of he's the guilt, which they don't deserve, and to impress other people. And in both cases, it's not so. Now, could you give to charity to yourself? Yes. But then it would act, this is what you will value. You'd have to show how this particular charity, getting this much, these people, actually made your life in one way or another. That again, a sense that it would this go of values, right? So you might love children, right? Love children. So if there was a cause to help children, cancer, whatever, something that help children, I'd be happy to support it in a free society, right? In terms of charity. But if somebody came to me and said, support something I love, they love, that's it, not my thing, right? So you have to find where your values are. And it's always, charity's always secondary to your own, to other values in your value hierarchy. It's never going to be both. It's never going to be in or a rational infrastructure. Yeah, the boss. Good person.
Yeah. You're saying that, the different question. I said that basically the stories that themselves that shape how we could be made. Yeah. What are, but the culture is what's the kind of more like the story, the teachers are the practical.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something before culture. As I think philosophy defines our morals. It then gets inculcated into culture, stories, the teachers, and all these other things. And then the culture kind of incorporates us with the route. But it has to be invented, it has to be created, it has to be thought of by philosophers. So you get, I don't know, and it doesn't have to be philosophy, it could be religion, right? Could be a priesthood. Somebody has to come up, okay, like Jesus has to give the sword of the mouth. And then the sword of the mouth has to be used by creatures and anybody else in order to get the stories into the culture as a new kind of moral system.
Don't you think it can work both ways? Like starts on the story and is nails. Sorry.
Nobody else. The stories are guided by something. The stories are guided by the office philosophy. So it has to have a philosophy, and that usually comes from, that has to come from somewhere. Whether he knows where it is or not, it's from some. So it always starts with ideas. And in that sense, we are very much, it's just a philosophy. Because they're the first people to come up with real original ideas about your value, about other things. So then it's just how it filters into the culture and what verification of.
Yeah, just have what's there. Because could you be rational yet come to wrong conclusion?
Yes. Can you be rational and come to what conclusions? Absolutely. You can input bad data and still be completely rational about it and come to what conclusions about it. So we're completely fallible and you can't make mistakes. But the only way to correct mistakes is to be rational, right? Is to recognize mistakes. Go figure out what data was wrong and reevaluate the data and look at our people.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you the altruism is inherently false. He can be optimistic without.
So altruism is a confusing concept in our modern society. But if you understand it comes, altruism was a concept made up by Auguste Comte, the French philosopher and research philosopher. And according to Auguste Comte, it involves sacrifice. That is, it necessitates the sacrifice. Like, even if you feel good about the sacrifice, it didn't count. That is, it had to be selfless. It had to be sacrifice. Now, if you mean by altruism, be kind and be nice to people and opening the door and helping people across the street, then sure, you could, that doesn't have to be selfish.
You do that all with the best piece of this. So imagine if I'm a Hungarian, a bonfire. I don't think you need 1 or 2 million
Pause or what is a good call. First the episode a bit notice.
If I objected to giving $1 or $2 million for a cause you believe is a good cause. Now, it's consistent with your values, that's great. It depends why you're doing it. If you're doing it because the society expects you to do it, then I think it's self-sacrificial. If you're doing it because your mother, inculcated these ideas with the average product, then it's self-sacrificial. If you're doing it because you did a rational analysis, this is good cause. I want to promote these values, and if they need them $1,000,002, then it's completely rational and completely consistent. It really depends on how rational you are and see about whether you give the money away or not. So giving your money is not altruism. It's why you're giving the money. It's true for it's altruism.
Yeah. If it's going to be straight, we had to save yourself, or you had to pay someone you verify hurting your body. And would be so. I'd say
Yes. Because the thought, let's say, you say this up, you sick your wife. And assuming you really love your wife, right? Then the thought is living without her. And the thought is living without her with the heck opportunity to save her would make life so unbearable that it's better to not survive than as old. Even though, even though you'll have to say, but son, you will walk pulse. If you will walk living a good life, and camping a good life because you let him die, then it's not worth living it. And the same with kids and the same with any other of it. Yeah.
yeah. So with your prayer, how do you deal with personalities and dying outputs? How you deal?
So the best way to deal with externalities is to internalize. That is, the best way to deal with externalities is to add as few of them possible. If they exist, go, will be excel.
Pollution in general.
Pollution. So one way so shit water is privatized the water. If you have tried to one way, that people don't do that. Here's people don't try fun. The only real pollution you have is chemicals. You wouldn't have any chemicals. Yeah, no devices, there's no colleagues or bite. Now air is a colleague, cannot bite. So air pollution is so the air pollution, if I can prove what you're spewing into the air causes me real harm, then I sue you and force you to stop.
Your framework, that's popular. Whereas few individuals maybe to corner some kind of market, like buy every type of water at almost a 30%.
No. Okay, so how would you do it? I wouldn't, we just can't happen. Why not? Because there are too many resources in the world, there are too many people in the world, too much wealth in the world to allow for two individuals to do that. My world, what you get is vast competitive markets. You don't get concentration of wealth spending for people. That happens in this world. In this world, where you get that concentration of outlet, you bottoms up.
I'm pretty sure there are some places in work where fresh water is quite limited. And you wouldn't have
no place in the world that has unlimited fresh water. And if you're willing to think in a productive, in genuine respect way, think about the back of me to desalinate the ocean, but cheaply. It's basically as 95% of all water be salinated. You could pipe water. In the United States, there are canals that take water from one region, thousands of miles from another region. There are solutions. Every one of these problems that can be made, that can be achieved, that always create competitive price.
so they're facing the world where they last leading fresh water. What was your belief? Why that is? Why aren't there business work with us clean fresh water?
Because we don't have property, because we don't have the world law. The places that don't have the water, the places that have no political freedom, they have no individual rights, they have no property rights, and they have no respect for the individual, as reflected in the political system. The reason Africa is poor is very simple. It's poor because they have not established the institutions, the culture, philosophy of the big to rich. So it's ideas, right? It's not resources. You don't get good ideas. Like the West was unbelievably poor until it embraced good idea. And it's good ideas could do so well, not the bio. So if you want to make classical rates, make capitalism passive. That's the solution. And the way capitalism becomes rich. And there's a word wrong. If there's no way to end that market. That's not for more than a few hours. People tried to go into the silver market in the 1870s, and it could throw prices down and they all crashed and they went away. People have tried to put in markets, it never works. German manufacturers back for the chemical markets in the 19th century, and it's a bit competed. It's a bit, no, it's a puzzle.
He's quite a bum.
What's that?
He's quite a bum piece now. Theory feels like corner like rare.
In a theory, the possible reality, we do it everything about. But in reality, it doesn't happen. It doesn't work. We've lived now with some kind of market system where people can try to do this in the West for 200, 300 years, and now he's going it in once. And nobody could. The freer yet, the less possibility of anything about cars.
If you're about monopolies, I will see yes, but anytime.
Oh, in my world, there are no monopolies, because monopoly is something the government rates and protects and makes sure that no competition arises. But there's never been a law. I'll give you all the examples of waterfowl. They give you a set of all the overflying capacity in the United States in the 1870s. You define that as a monopoly. All monopolists do, monopolists raise prices of lower quality. Then how do we explain the prices went out every single year? The quality went out every single year. And how do we explain the fact that by the time the anti-personal lawyers got a hold of Rockefeller, you only had 7% of the market, because in the meantime, competition arose and both is end of that. That is primary use of oil in the so-called was kerosene. People who competed about that business. Thomas Edison, with electricity, there's no such thing as a monopoly. Neither will last more than a fraction of a second in a market. Google has a monopoly of search. So there is no such thing as a monopoly, because it always substitute products. There's always thinking you can substitute the product, or there's always competition. It might not be seen by nobody store Thomas Edison competing with Rockefeller. They thought it was finished. When I was saying that, it just doesn't exist. I could take any general idea was accused of everyone up with amazing computers. Remember mates? The stocks. And the set that digital that had smaller computers, not quite A-trick, but they will capture market share within less than a decade. They were both developed at big nuts. There's just no such thing. And to partition, again, you can imagine it. Right now, you'd yell.
No, I'm gonna say as here better. Long course to your that is some subtle talk on one of the questions many exact was sex essence of what is Ayn Rand's long-term strategy guarantee these outcomes and make sure that INS ID is or bad.
So first, I'd like to say I'll be said being the federal chair of the federal, so was a setback. They probably did more law to the development of objectivism than good, because his propriety versus objectivism is not. So I'm not sure that getting objectives is the coverage. And I also question the influence in both. I think there are many more people globally today don't like that and than they were 40 years ago. Now in the United States, we'll ask people question. But how many people knew who Ayn Rand was in Portugal 20 years? I'd say zero. Same in UK. UK goes nuts. The same in all of Europe. I want you go to China, where the books all be translated to Chinese, where there's a vast number of people reading the books. I'm going to Japan. It is an active objectivist group to Tokyo, and elsewhere globally. So it's a global phenomenon now, where it never used to be a purely in Latin America. The books sound phenomenally Latin American. It could be Brazil. So so I think we've come a long way in the 40 years. It is much better. And the more, and this is the state of way, the more people who understand objectivity today in the 40 years, there are people maybe who recognize objectives 40 years ago, but today they're more people who understand. And even your techno-optimism manifesto, the market reasonable, could market be a white hat techno-optimist manifesto without it? He's obviously very extensively. He quotes it regularly at Twitter. So she's impacting even the various movements that are more positive because road movements up there in the world. So she's had already found it back on the road. How do we do it? I only know what way. And that is to argue the ideas. And you can argue the ideas in wide different ways, right? One is intellectually, as an intellectual, is here. The second is through works of art. I made it after the episode. But the challenge works of art is you be like, I don't have eyes. I don't have trained artists. It's otherwise the album. But I'm hoping there will be artists out there that take their ideas and have them in music books and other stuff. They just get them to good. Most of the art I see is by objectivism, so it's beyond, but way below you. And of course, I mentioned like that was true. So I think that's how you do it. And it's part of that using the latest technology and using other to TikTok, whatever. And the different people that let's be able to see that there is effectively any people know why man. Is it the actor? The number of people actively create what did it feel? So Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, you know to get the word out. How much you do when they feel like you get. But then the question of what's the long-term vision? The long-term vision is that what I said before. Cultures have changed. First you have to have we got there. And now you have to figure it out. And the way you figure it out is through intellect. And to training people who, some of them got intellect. Others will become businessmen. Others will become teachers, educators, artists, a whole array of things. So the thing the Ayn Rand Institute can do is the only thing real I mix is to educate people about the source and educate them deeply about the source. This is Ayn Rand University, which we've launched, which will one day be accredited and give degrees to people. And the idea is to train generation after generation, really understand these things. And then they will do what they do with those things. They will bring them into the culture through their business. They will bring it into the culture through their arts. They will bring it into the culture through their intellectual activism, through writing books, through whatever, giving lecture, whatever it is, the podcast, whatever it is, they was into them. And that is all the vision we had in ministry to create 1,000 into it. I don't think there's any other way to, I don't know any other way to change culture. It's intellectuals, that's it. And they apply it in a way. If you look at how Plato took over the world, like you took over the world, they can organize the intellectual. It was intellectual. So, and we out people. And there are intellectuals today you spoiled that there was wife that studied that so they situ. Intellectuals do all kinds of work, from professors at the university all the way down kindergarten, including arts at the grade. You just see both. So now it's that.
Well, Sartishna for selling me part to others, line Chibicola. Oftentimes we are faced with choices that are between our objectives and hard for the people, or in order to achieve our objectives, we rely or cheat or something like that. And we might or might not feel guilt. I don't feel like that's a very good criteria, because otherwise, psychopaths, for example, don't get guilt.
Who does because that's psychopaths, right? What else? Yeah, the psychopaths you put here, you don't doesn't more colder on psychopaths. Probably, please. So you have to rethink what it means to have a goal, right? So let's say I want this job. My goal is to have this job. But the only way to get the job by like GC. Well, is my ultimate goal a job? What's my output goal? My ultimate goal is productive. It's a little productive life. Can I really be productive, a little productive life by like GC and you get the shot and get cycles like GC. So I don't get this job, I'll get another job. So you have to think about what is your outward focus. The outward focus is not this particular thing that you want. It's a certain type of life. And by undermining that certain type of life, once you realize you're undermining, you will, well, of course, everything has like this, you because my goal is that. So it's important to have that debate. High end that goal always. I don't. That's not idealize that. Not idealize the Ferrari. Ferrari represent, right? Not idealize this particular job, but a job being productive. What really meets me. Good.
Hi. Sure. Let's go such. I let the most people feel morality if we are season about ourselves. I think most people that speak they think about morality about exalted purpose. So when you talk about it visualism, they think, oh, but other people have a real like that. They're the big so a lot like that like okay. People agree with that. So if like we need altruism, that's for that. Let's keep other people check. Like who will do? And no question say here because oh yeah, I get that the fun.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a Nietzsche kind of view. I owe evil around. Yeah, it's off around it. But I you see all those are in check. Yeah, so it's like a elitist. It's a elitist view that looks down on human beings. Do they happens? I don't. You don't tell them to sick daddy. Reach out. People must pictures. Your light is yours. You don't need spoiled by these people. You don't need limited by it. And it indeed, it restores your ability to have relationship with other people if you think of them as fools. Or you think of them as a happy to keep whole, or had it be limited, or it could be straight. Rather that you want that to be productive and as successful as possible because they engage in win-win relationship with you, which makes you better. So the way to achieve your success is that to guide morally guided as people towards their goals.
Okay, so what do you go to this way? I remember this. The guys did not know that February yet all up but it was like this show. I think it was very like about to get have a them both sides, right? And that I'll be a fair reference. Was but he still believe that they will be back. Maybe. So it's all really believe that they've been watched. But not just about that even the close. Isn't this the most that Bruce? That's it.
It's really that is just somebody believes they're rational and they're making really a big mistake. And I don't know how much you would say it was about. There's a moral feeling of this, but it was a mistake. Then that's bad. In some example, if you think you're rational, but you do harm to the person, killing, slave, something, what is it? So and the judge lets it go. Hell, I wonder if you think he was rational or not. You violated somebody else's rights. That's it. So again, you're not in power. You're going to make a mistake. You have to recognize that, and you have to try to be as rational as possible.
So one needs like
It's a very beautiful step. Yes, and 600,000 Americans die in order to fix it. That's not being able to stay. So, but think also, in the context of fathers, right? They were somewhat religious. They were in a Christian culture. Christian culture did not enslaved the acceptance like the slave was bought. They were in a historical context, which was always enslaved. It was almost nobody enslaved except for a few like it. Radicals, right? Christians. So I'm not just, but I'm just saying within the context of the nations they live, it's not that crazy for them to make that.
You saying it's rational?
No, say it's not as irrational as cheap doesn't point. You said the US was. No, because it's something like goes just knew enough, or the concept of the US knew enough about the slaves that they were human beings to know that they was by the right to reproduce of evil. So he's fail. So he's a rational. And that's too old. You're your rule on. You know, and find that question with somebody else. No, I mean the whole point of the mission is supposed to change the rules in the little brigade. The whole point of the American Revolution was to manipulate individual from thousands of years of oppression. And suddenly they can't recognize that this place are all due to the use. That's okay. So it's you can't say, oh no, and some of them recognize that. So they will feel free to slavery even at the top. You're weak like no, this is what they said, guy. They even had the time to what people thought to say. Yes, one last one. Yes.
First off, I start by saying that I do avenues everything you just said. So I'll leave it up that said.
Sure.
In like machine race, for example, there is only one source of carbon real test, and one person holds tests, so it's the triple on. But there are other people who may actually die off first. What if we just separate with the inner rational selfie if you know not surviving and parts of us occur?
Yes. Possibly.
So our correct self to the life.
It's not poppy rights to be right. It's not poppy rights to do it without civilization. Poppy rights come into context in a civilized. You know, respecting the desert. You know, what you're gonna do? Wait, you're going and check out contact about the water or how it. You know, so you have to have poppy rights are cheap. They're not something that they better than else. It's a achievement of civilization. You have to have civilization.